Good morning, students of class 12th. Welcome to your online classes of English. Today, in the Flamingo section, literature part, we'll be doing the poetry section. Poem number 2, in elementary school classroom in a slum, by Stephen Spender. Who is the poet? Stephen Spender. We have already done poem number 1, My Mother at 66. Today, in Flamingo poetry section, we will be starting with poem number 2, An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. Who is the poet? Stephen Spender. First of all, students, what do you mean by elementary school? Elementary school means what? The primary school. The primary school in a slum. Slum area, you know. That means those who are living in a poverty line, below poverty line, the poor people. Okay, we are talking about them. They live in slum areas. जहाँ झुग्गी झोपड़ियाँ होती हैं. Okay, we are talking about those areas. Now, students, this poem resembles to lesson number 2, what you did. Okay, what was lesson number 2? Lost Spring in the Flamingo section, if you remember. Lost Spring, stories of stolen childhood. In that chapter also, we have talked about poverty-stricken people, those who are living in the state of poverty, those who are living in slums, how dirty condition they are living in and what they are facing, what the struggles they are facing towards life. It is all about that. Now this poem is all about that only. Okay, what we have studied in lesson number 2, Lost Spring, stories of stolen childhood. This poem resembles to that only. It somewhat resembles to that only. In this poem also we are talking about what? The people, those who live in slum areas, okay, and how the middlemen, that means make use of them and make them work, and they never want that these children should be educated and they should come up in life. We are talking about those children in this poem. Okay, now little bit about Stephen Spender we'll talk about. Now see, Stephen Spender in elementary school classroom in a slum deals with the themes of social injustice and class inequalities. What we have discussed in lesson number 2 also, how the middlemen, how the politician, how the rich persons, okay, how they are using these children for their own benefits, and they do not want that these children should come up in life. How they are torturing them, and if you have seen the problem of child labor also, how the small children, little children are working here and there to run their family, to earn their livings and all. That means these people are the main cause of their downfall. Okay, you could say that. Okay, the children of slum schools are like the scum of the earth. The children who are reading in slum school, they are just like the scum of the earth. Okay, their faces are pain. Their faces are pain. That means उनके चेहरे जो है काफ़ी वीक दिखाई देते हैं. हैं. That means their faces are very weak, you could say. Okay, their hair are torn around like rootless weeds. Their hairs are torn around like rootless weeds. That means झबरे झबरे से बाल होते हैं उनके. They never put oil on their hair and all. They never comb their hair. That means their hair look very dirty. And it looks like what? Rootless weed. Rootless weeds means what? Unwanted plants. Okay? Which grows on the fields now. Okay? It is just like that. They are stunted figures with twisted bones. They are stunted figures. They are very weak figures. They are very slim figures with twisted bones and all. They are not having proper food also. They are very weak. Okay, that means they are with twisted bones. They inherit disease of their parents. They inherit disease from their parents. They belong to the dirty world of crammed holes. That means they belong to the dirty world of crammed holes, means they belong to the dirty world of slum area, you could say. The poet thinks that the gap of the two worlds must be abridged. The poet thinks what? The gap between the two worlds must be abridged. They must be brought in equal position. It means that the unfortunate children must be taken out of these dirty and unhygienic unhygienic surroundings. That means the children, those who are living in these conditions, they should be taken out from these surroundings and they should be brought up in good surroundings. The poet means to say that they must breathe in fresh air. They must breathe in fresh air and open air. They should be allowed to have full mental as well as physical development. They should have full mental and physical development as other children have in society. Now see, in the first stanza, in the first part of the poem, we'll discuss about school children of a slum. Now we are talking about the school children of a slum over here. That means झुग्गी झोपड़ियों में जो बच्चे रहते हैं. We are talking about them. The school children of slum present a very pathetic condition. That means the school children of a slum area, the school which is in slum area, जो शाला जो है slum area में है, झुग्गी झोपड़ियों पे बसा हुआ है, it presents a very pathetic picture. Pathetic picture means a very sad view. It gives a very sad view of that. You could say that. Okay? Is that, as in Hindi we say, बहुत ही करुणाजनक होता है ये, बहुत ही दुखदाई होता है. You could say that. Okay? They have pale and lifeless faces. These children of the slum area, those who study in slum area school, they have very pale means very weak face and lifeless faces. They are not having any life on their face at all. Okay? Their disorderly hair are torn around like rootless wild plants. That means उनके बाल ऐसे झबरे झबरे होते हैं. They never put oil on their hair. They never comb their hair. And it goes straight. That means how dirty they look. Okay? That means it torn around like rootless wild plants. They are torn around like rootless wild plants. जैसे unwanted plant, just like unwanted plants you could say, which grows on the fields. Their hairs are like that. They are depressed and keep their heads down. They are depressed. They are always depressed, downtrodden. Okay, and keep their heads down always. Their growth is blocked and they inherit the disease of their parents. Their growth is blocked and they inherit the disease of their parents. Okay, they inherit, that means from generation to generation they inherit the disease from their parents, what their parents had got. They do have dreams, they do have dreams. Just if you remember in that lesson, Mukesh was also having a dream to be a motor mechanic. That means they also have a dream like that. Okay, they do have dreams. The sweet young boy sitting at the back of his dim classroom dreams of a squirrel game. That means the sweet young boy who is sitting at the back side of a classroom, he dreams about what? He dreams about a squirrel game, about a squirrel game. Okay, he dreams of other interesting and beautiful places, and he dreams about of other places also, beautiful places and interesting places. He dreams about that also, different from his dull and drab classroom, which is totally different from his dull and drab classroom. That means dull and dirty classroom. Now in the second stanza, we will talk about the world of the rich is not their world. That means the world of the rich does not belong to these children. Now see, neither literature nor the institution have anything to do with these unfortunate children. That means neither literature nor the institution have anything to do with these unfortunate children. That means इनके लिए लिटरेचर का कोई मतलब नहीं है, इंस्टीट्यूशन स्कूल्स का कोई मतलब नहीं है. द पोएट सेज दैट द बिल्ड एंड द फ्लावरी वर्ल्ड ऑफ द रिच इज क्वाइट फॉरेन फॉर देम. द बिल्ड and the flowery world, the good world of the rich, that means the flowery world of the rich is quite foreign for them. That means it is just like foreign for them. Just for us going to foreign, going to study, that going to America, going to Australia to study over there, to complete our further studies, for a common man like us, for a middle class people like us, it's a very difficult thing. Just for them, the rich people's world is rich people's world is very difficult for them to go there, to have the life like that. Okay, now see, the map of the world is drawn according to the will and whims of the mighty. Okay, the maps of the world are drawn according to the whims of the mighty, means the powerful people hold this world. The people, those who are rich, for example, like politicians, the bureaucrats, okay, the high officials, okay, the policemen and all, the police commissioners and all, they hold a very good post and they are having a very good money and they are rich people and they are having a very good money, but these people are not having such life. That means these people run the life, okay, but they are according to their will. They can do their work according to their will because they are having money. But these children who are living in slum areas and studying in slum area school, they are not having any money, they are not having any power, so that they can't do anything. That means the mighty and powerful people run the world. The weak people do not run the world. Okay? Their world has no relation whatsoever with the world of dirty slum. That means the rich people do not have any touch with them or any relation with these people. They never look after them. It means that the world of the children living in slums is confined to narrow streets and sealed with a lit sky. Okay, that means These children are living in dirty lanes, in dirty areas. That means in slum area, you can imagine how the life is like. That means they are living in such a miserable condition that you can't even imagine about them. Their stinking world is far away from the rich world. That means उनकी बदबूदार करिया. Stinking means what? बदबूदार. The smelly region, the bad smell region, the slum area region we are talking about. The stinking world is far away, far away from the spacious world of the rich. That means those people can see rivers, capes and stars. Okay, that means they are having river, capes and stars, everything they can see, everything they can view. But these children are not getting enough to see all these things in their life. Now see, in the third stanza we will talk about foggy slums blots on their maps. That means foggy slums. Okay, that means we are talking about जो धुंधली गंदी बस्तियां होती है इनकी, foggy slums, धुंधली गंदी बस्तियां. It means that blots on their maps, मतलब ये धब्बे के समान है. रिच पीपल के वर्ल्ड में ये दाग के समान है, इसलिए वो हमेशा देखते हैं इनको. दे look after them and they try to capture their land and all and to make tall buildings. What is the use of literature and Shakespeare for the children of their slum schools? What is the use of Shakespeare? What they have to do with Shakespeare and all? For the children who study in these schools, nothing. It means nothing for them. The picture of flowers, bells and beautiful valleys have no meaning for them. Okay? The picture of flowers, the pictures of bells and beautiful valleys and mountains have no meaning at all for them. Okay? The map of the world is meaningless for them. The map of the world is totally meaningless for them. It doesn't include their narrow lanes. The map of the world which shows, that means it does not include their narrow lanes. It does not show the slum area of these children. It means that. Okay? It does not include their narrow lanes and cramped holes in it. The world of the rich and the powerful has so many beautiful things. But the world of the rich and powerful people have so many beautiful things. The poet says that it has ships. The world of the rich, what they have? They have big ships. Okay? Sun, the open sun they can watch, and love in their life. But these children are not having love in their life. They are not having open sun in their, they can't see open sun and universe, and they do not have big ships like rich people have. They tempt these unfortunate children. These rich people try to tempt these unfortunate children. They torture them, okay, and they make them work all the time, okay, and these children are earning money through that, okay. Now they tempt these unfortunate children. They vainly try to steal them. They vainly try to steal them. Okay? These children live on the heaps of waste. These children live on the heaps of waste. That means ये सारे बच्चे कचरे के ढेर में रहते हैं, गंदगी में रहते हैं, slum areas में रहते हैं. It means that all their time and space are spent in the foggy slums. उनका सारा समय जो है कहाँ गुजरता है? बदबू गंदी बस्तियों में उनका सारा समय गुजरता है. What the poet says, these ugly slums are like little hills. और ये slums जो हैं, ये झुग्गी झोपड़ियों की जो जगह है उनके लिए नरक के समान है, hills के समान है. They are ugly blots on their maps. Okay, for the rich people it is ugly blots. Okay, एक ugly blots के समान है. Okay, it means that the world of the rich and powerful people, for the world of the rich and powerful people, एक बदनुमा दाग के समान है. Okay, this slum area people, They only think like this about them. Okay. Now see, in the last stanza, we'll talk about freedom from bonds. That means इन बच्चों को बंधनों से मुक्ति मिलना चाहिए. It means that freedom from bonds. They should be freed from their bonds so that they could be brought up like us as we are doing in the society. All the governors, teachers, other responsible person owe a duty. That means all the governors, those who are working in government departments, teachers especially, and other responsible persons of the society owe a duty. They should owe a duty. अपनी ड्यूटी में उनको कसम खाना चाहिए. It means that to these children, they should work towards these children. They can't have their own separate cozy world. That means if we want to work for them, we should work with serious heart. That means we should leave our cozy world and come forward to help these children. And most of the people are doing that. That means often in KBC, you have seen such persons. Amitabh Bachchan is taking interviews of them and they are helping them. They are helping with the real heart. They are coming forward, living their cozy world, living their cozy life, living their luxurious life and all. And they are coming forward to help them out. Everybody should have an open heart, should help these children so that they could also study, they could also come up in life. Okay. Now, these are two different and distinct worlds. That means in this poem, what Stephen Spender explains, these are the two different and distinct worlds. They will have to be abridged. That means they have to be abridged. Between the rich and poor, there should be no distinctions at all or no discriminations at all. They should be in equal level. Only then we will progress, like America and England. Okay? Now see, they will have to be abridged. Anything that binds and blocks the progress of these slum children will have to be broken. Anything which binds them or breaks them, all these things should be removed away from their life. All these things should be broken away from their life. Their world must not be confined to narrow lanes only. As Stephen Spender says, their world should not be confined to narrow lanes only. That means उनका लाइफ जो है तंग गलियों तक सीमित नहीं होना चाहिए, उसके आगे भी उनको लाना चाहिए. It means that. And crammed holes in dirty condition, crammed holes in dirty way what they are living in. Okay, it must extend and expand to vast golden coast of the Azure Sea. That means it should be expanded just like Azure Sea. Azure Sea is having a very long beach. That means their life should be expanded like that, brought up like that, so that they could come up. They will have to be given complete freedom to express themselves. They should be given complete freedom to express themselves, to tell about themselves. The pages of books must open for them. The pages of the books must be open for them. That means they should also be allowed to go to school like us, like rich people, like the middle class people. Only those who have the warmth and strength of the sun create history. Only who can create history? Those who can bear the warmth and strength of the sun. Okay, those who can bear the warmth and strength of the sun can create history. That means those people who are having the willpower, they can create So this is the poem all about. Okay. Today what we have discussed about an elementary school classroom in a slum by Stephen Spender. Thank you, students. In the next class I will be explaining you the next poem. Best of luck for your examination. Do well. Be safe and healthy. Always do take good care of yourselves. Thank you once again.